have some recap. We have learned about the magnificence of God in His wonderful creation. As a psalmist, right, he said that it is all at the immeasurable greatness of God. He begins to ponder the status of humankind, that means himself, in the relationship with our Creator. Okay, in Psalm 8 verse 4 say, "What is man that you are mindful of him?" Okay. Well, I can say that it is credible that the creator of this huge and remarkable universe with billions of galaxies, stars and everything, and then like trillions of titanic stars and everything, and really knows and cares for me, this small, okay? Such a tiny speck in the vast universe. You see, you compare yourself with, don't say universe, with a tow truck, it's enough. You are small. How about universe? Okay. So the psalmist, right, lead us to think about our own identity, who we really are, and from the view of God glories in the world. Okay, so we need to ponder a few questions over here. The first one is, what am I in relation to this universe? How do I fit into God's plan of creation? And why should the God of the universe be mindful of me? See, sometimes I see a lot of people. Some are great people, really great people. Some are really like, they think they're fragile, but I don't think so, they are fragile. But sometimes those great people, they will think like very big, think big. Those small people, they really think that nobody cares. But normally God will use small people. They think they're small, but actually everybody, they are big, you are big. Okay, in the psalmist's contemplation is seen in his probing and provocative question, what is man? So have you think about what is man? What is you? Who you are? Sometimes you will ponder about this question, who you are. Right? So the first one is, let's examine this question. The first one is, it is an ancient answer. Ancient answer means long time ago, before your grandpa, your grandma, and before everybody else, we already asked these questions, right? From people have discussed about it, this query of the heart is old, yet quenchless. Until today, still people question about what is man. Secondly, is the anxious question. Curiosity about the meaning of life proposes a strange mixture of fear and hope. I believe sometimes you went back home, you sleep the time, you feel like some unknown fear in your heart because you're human. Sometimes you might also think that are there any other objects or life form other than human? Sometimes you will ponder that. But until the next morning when you woke up, you see the sunrise, that's a hope. Because you know there's something else you can count on, there's someone else you count on, there's something else you can do. That's a mixture of the feeling. Okay, thirdly is an argued question. Okay, is that it has endless speculation and controversies. Philosophers and writers have much to say about the worth of human being. Let's see a few philosophers will talk about what is man. For instance, Bertrand Russell, is this guy. He said about human is a curious accident. Well, tell your neighbor and say, you are not accident. Okay, how about H.L. Mencken? He said, man is a parasite infecting the epidermis of a midget planet. Hey man, he said that we are parasites. Tell your neighbor and say, we are not parasites.
Not parasites.
Okay, how about Shakespeare? Shakespeare wrote Macbeth. It complains that life but a walking shadow. Oh man, please, we are not walking shadow. We are not invisible. We are visible, right? but no but. So let's welcome Leonard and Bell. Okay, we are not walking shadow, okay? But psalmist has a different point of view. He has one more thing to say that about this significant question he has posed. Supposed to be answered question, answered question. So you have three things. You have three things before. You have ancient questions, anxious question, and often argued. It's also an answered question. The Psalmist portrays the humanity as a crown of God's creation. Wow, tell your neighbor, say, you are crown of God's creation.
Crown of God's creation. Crown of God's creation.
Okay, in verse 5 of Psalm 8, they say that, for you have made a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and honor. So we are made a little lower than angels. So in verse 6, he also goes to describe the humankind dominion over God's creation. You have made him to have dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet. So how about this philosopher, William Barclay, said, the paradox of man, frail, puny, transient, insignificant, mortal, but God has appointed him his viceroy on earth. It is a dominion which man must be wise enough to use. Dominion and obedience must go hand in hand. Tell your neighbor and say, dominion and obedience must go hand in hand.
Dominion and obedience must go hand in hand.
Okay, what happened if you have the ability to dominion, but you are not obedient? Okay, example is like in Thor. There's this character called Loki. He has the power to rule, and he has the power to overtake the whole planet, destroy everything, but he's not obedient. Well, Thor also wants not obedience, but he realized that at the end you need to obey the words. I mean, the Father's words. Obey, and also he need to discipline himself on what he do, so you achieve the greatness. God has spoken to humankind, telling us how much he does care for us. He has spoken through his living word, and then he also spoken through the cross, through the resurrection, and through his spirit in our lives and in the world today. So you and I actually are somebody in the plan and purpose of God. To the neighbor and say, you and I are somebody in the plan of God.
You and I are somebody in the plan of God.
You see, William Temple said that our dignity is that we are children of God, capable of communion with God, and destined for eternal fellowship with God. Actually, you are not small, you are not tiny, puny, parasite thingy. You are children of God. Okay? We are more than some restless protoplasm and also enchanted dust and accident concourse of atoms, the plating of inescapable fate or pound of music. You're not that kind of thing. Okay? So, but you must think of one thing, you are a little lower than the angels. So the psalmist here reminds us that we are indeed a part of God's purpose in this universe. That in the grand scheme of God, we have a destiny beyond that mere earthling. In Christ, we discover and become what God created us to be, made after God's own image, in the likeness of His love and holiness, and destined to eternal life. Maybe let me tell you some story. About Avengers lah. That's the point of my point of view. You see, some of us, right, you might think that we are small. That's one kind of us. Some of us, you might think that we are like Thor. Thor is the god of thunder, but he's impulsive. He's reckless. Always think. He always act before he thinks. Some of us might be like that, and some of us might be like Iron Man. Playful. We got a lot of money. Playboy. Yeah. Intelligent.
Take that outside later.
Yeah, arrogant. He's arrogant, but then right, but actually he's lost. He's lost because he also will be lonely, drunk, and then he misused his power, and he lost his identity. He don't know that what he's doing actually. But some, they're like hawk, constantly running away from the reality, because he couldn't accept himself as hawk, uncontrollable. He tried to do this, but then he constantly just running on the go. Some of them like Captain America. Really, it's not about the thing. You remember actually Captain America lost his memory like 70 years.
Yeah.
He got his loss of 70 years. Because of that one, right? He tried to chase back the time. He tried to not really got in the group. He tried to be alone because he lack of insecurity. He need to protect himself. So he need to build up his own self-image, self-esteem. But at the same time, he also like try to strive for the recognition. I believe in here we all somehow, sometime, some place we might become like home. It's not about the identity, what is man. It's not about whether you're a superhero or not, or whether you are very, very tiny. But sometimes we need to really find back ourselves in the identity in God, because God is our source of strength. God is our source of hope. So maybe right now, let's close our Bible.